Hello everybody, this is the Mike Noise. Uh, Making this video right now to answer some questions people have asked me in the past about how exactly I get my sound and the things I do, um, and all that sort of thing. So I'm going to go over my live setup, my live rig, show you guys what it is that I use to get the particular sound that I have. So first, the guitar that I play right now is a brand new shiny Gretsch Electromatic. Alright, you can see Gretsch right there. This is a really good guitar. I really like it. It's got the Bigsby bridge. It's got those really good vintage sounding humbucker pickups. Um, I think this is probably the best guitar I have ever played. Before this I had a Telecaster, a Fender Telecaster, and it was pretty good. I've always thought Fender Telecaster is pretty much the ugliest guitar ever made, but they have a brilliant sound. And then before that, I played a Schecter, and while playing the Telly, I really missed the humbucker sound, and so before my daughter was born, I convinced my wife to let me spend some money and buy a new Gretsch electric guitar. So that's the guitar that I use. I use GHS Boomers nines, not the custom lights, because those are also nines, but the normal nines that they have. A lot of people use tens or maybe even 11s. Well, more popular is probably tens or 11s because um, a lot of modern rock bands and songs that use drop D tuning, so you want heavier gauge strings for that. But I use a lot of high notes. I play high up on the register, up on the neck, and so um, I go with nines just because they feel better on my fingers. I get more of a bright sound off of them. Um, what I do before I ever start, oh, here's the GHS boomers right there. Um, Before I start playing, when I'm starting to get set up, what I do first is I use this GHS fast fret. All right, and what it is, it's a little brush like this. You rub this up and down the neck of the guitar on the strings, cleans the strings up, and then I wipe it down with a microfiber cloth. This happens to be a Ernie Ball one. You can get this at any local music store. All this stuff you can get at your local music store. And then I use this. This is Chempac Tone Finger Ease. It's a little spray-on container. And what I do with this is after I use the fast fret, I spray this on the neck, on the front, on the fretboard, wipe it down, and I also do it on the back. And it just makes it nice and smooth and a little slick, and not like greasy slick, but um, it just lets my hand move up and down the neck faster. Um, I'm gonna turn the camera here. When I play out of here, when I play live, I play out of just this Marshall micro stack. This is the head, and then there's two 10-inch speakers, one here and then one here on the bottom. Um, what I do is I put this in a totally different room that I'm playing live in. And then what I do is I mic it. I don't run. It's got a line out, and the line out sounds pretty good if you go straight into a board. But I just mic it with just a normal SM57 and run it into the board, and I can turn it up as loud as I want, get the reverb going, get it nice and hot and loud, and without have a lot of stage noise. And then to hear it, what I use is a Aviom in-ear system. And if you know what an Aviom is, then you can ignore the next few minutes. But what an Aviom is um, it's a little blue box. I don't have it here with me, but you can select different channels in it that correlate with the mixing board, and you can adjust the levels of volume and the tone and stuff like that. You can do a little bit of EQ with all the different channels, so you have your own personal monitor mix, right? And it runs right into your ears. And so that's what I use. My pedal rig, this is kind of weird because I'm using the camera on my laptop here, but what you can kind of hard here. Hold on, bear with me for a second. Okay, so what I use here is these are just my normal pedals I use every day, and the way I have it set up is you can see up there in the top right corner I have a Boss Chromatic tuner, and that's where my guitar goes straight into that, and then it goes into my Ernie Ball volume, and then to my what is that, a Crybaby, yeah, Crybaby wah. And then from there I have that red pedal you see there. That is a it's called the Jekyll and Hyde. I think it's called, made by a Visual Sound or Visual Audio or something like that. And it's an overdrive and distortion. And I'll use either just the overdrive, or I'll use the overdrive with the distortion on it. And it's got a lot of really good sound characteristics to it. It was $150 at my local music store, and the way it sounds, I would have paid $200, $300 for it. It sounds great. And then from that, I go into the Blue Boss Blues Driver, and that's going to be the cleanest tone I use. It's got I keep the gain on just a little bit, so it's a little dirty, but that's what I use. And and what I'll do sometimes if I'm playing and if I have my overdrive, my distortion on, and if I'm going to take a solo, what I do is I hit the Blues Driver right when I take that lead, and it gives me a little bit of a volume boost to come out above the mix, so it lets your lead lines get heard and all that. But if you're gonna do that, make sure you're on really good terms with your sound man, because when you turn up, he's gonna turn you down, and so you gotta let him know what it is you're doing there. From there, I go into the tremolo, and I just use that just a little bit. That's the green one right above the Blues Driver. I use that just for little accents on slow stuff and just that type of thing, just kind of set the mood. And then the last one you see right here, the last green one there, that is the Line 6 Echo Park digital delay. I use that pretty much all the time. It's got the tempo. You can set the different delays, so it's either on the beat or on like the dotted eighth note or all that sort of thing. It's got really good controls on it. Ideally, I'd like to get the big Line 6 one that they have, because you can get like 4 or 5 different delays saved into it. But for right now, that's what I got. Next to that delay, you see I have an Ultra G Behringer direct box, and I use that sometimes if where I'm playing, if the room that I'm playing is really hot, instead of playing at the amp, I'll plug into that direct box into the board. And the thing with that direct box is that it's got an amp or a cabinet simulator, and it sounds reasonably priced. It sounds reasonably good. I mean, for the price, it was only like 20 or 30 bucks, something like that. I got it a while ago, so I don't remember exactly, but it was really nice. I like it. And then what you see there, that box that's empty, it's I'm making a talk box, and I'll have, once that's finished, I'll put a video up on how that's used and what I did and how I made it. And then that's all on all these pedals are on a pedal train pedal board. You see there in the corner, I have I just have a little outlet there I got at Home Depot, and plug the extension cord into that, so I can keep all the cables tucked under there and without cables everywhere. It looks kind of like a mess now just because it's in a short area, but yeah, so that's what I use. Here's the Gretsch. Here's my amp, just like you see, just small little thing, but it gets the job done. And one last look, there are all my pedals. Alright, thanks for watching. This is the Mike Noise, and I'm out of here.